Hello my dear students as well as viewers. So today in this video I am going to show you few of the Java programs. So let's start. This is the PowerPoint presentation which I have made. So let's start. This is the very first program. The program states, write a program to accept a number from user and display the number of digits present in the number. Okay. What is to be done is, let's suppose this is a number. What is the difference between a number and a digit? Digit comprises of 0 to 9. Okay. Digit comprises of 0 to 9. But 10 is not a digit. In fact, it is a number. 10 and so on till infinity, those are what? Those are numbers. So in this very program, the user is going to give a number. The user is going to feed a number. Okay, let's suppose this is the particular number. So this is the number. Okay, let's suppose user gave the number as 58645. That means 58,645. User gave this number, this particular number. Okay, now what is the difference between this number and digit? If let's suppose we will be taking on account as digits, then the number of digits present over here would be 58645. But on account of taking the number would be so called as 58,645. So this whole thing is taken as a number. But individually, if let's suppose we will take individually, then 5 is a digit, 8 is a digit, 6 is a digit, 4 is a digit, and 5 is a digit. Okay. So what we are supposed to do is, we are supposed to accept a complete number, that is, let's suppose over here 58645. These are the 5 digits which makes a number, that is 58,645. So let's start. Import java.util. After that, this is dot star mark. After that, terminatory symbol, that is semicolon. Okay. Public class, the class name itself is SXES. Okay, St. Xavier English School short form. After that, public static void main string args. After that, scanner in is equal to new scanner system.in. What is this line? This line is creation of the object. The object name is in. This process of creation of object is also known as instantiation. After that, what we have did is int num. We have declared a variable with name, that is num as well as len. Okay, over here a terminatory symbol is missing. Okay, do note of that. After that, sopln, enter a number. Okay, enter a number. Num is equal to int.nextInt. This is the particular function using which we used to store the value inside the variable num. Okay. After that, string str. Okay. Why have we taken string str? Because the number, let's suppose user gives us the number, that is 58,645. What we are going to do is, we are going to convert this number into string like this. So what will happen is, it will no longer be a number. It will no longer be a number. Instead, double quotes would be there. That means what? It will no longer be any more number. That means on account, let's suppose the number is 58,645. If we will add 5 with that, the number becomes 58,650. But in case of string, since this have become a string, that is 58645, if we will add another string, that is 5, it will become 586455. Over here, this plus sign tells what? No more addition. This plus sign tells concatenation, string concatenation. Okay, this tells us about string concatenation. Okay, so what we did is, we converted the number using integer.toString. This is a function which is utilized to convert a number into string, so that we can utilize string function, that is this one, str.len. this dot length is a function which is utilized to calculate the length of a string. Okay, to calculate the length of a string. Okay, so len is equal to str dot len. That means what? This is a variable of data type len, of data type int. I'm sorry, data type is int. Okay, so SOP-ln, the num of digits present in your number is, this tells the number of digits present in your number is equal to plus len. That means this plus sign is concatenating the answer. The answer is stored where? Inside the variable that is len. Okay. Okay. If let's suppose you are having a confusion regarding this len, what is this len doing? This is just to find out the length of the string. Okay. Let's suppose this is the string. This is the number. Later on we converted it using integer.toString, and this number got converted into this string. Okay, what will this str.length will do? This will calculate the length of the string. That means this is the string. It will calculate as, okay, this one 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, how many individual characters are present? 5 characters are present. Okay, that means the len will become how much? 5. There on SOP-ln, the number of digits present in your num is 5. Okay, this part is clear. Let's move on to the second program, that is write a program to accept a word and display all the characters vertically. Vertically means top to bottom. Okay, now import java.util. After that, public class sxcs, you can take anything. Public static void main string args. Scanner in is equal to new scanner system.in. That means what? Creation of the object, also known as instantiation. After that, string str. Why? Because we are going to accept a word. That means a string. Okay, char ch. Why? Because we will be needing to find out the individual characters. That is why the data type over here I have taken is char ch. Okay. After that, system.out.println, enter a word. That means what? On the console we are printing this very particular line, that is enter a word, so that the user can check out what is to be done. As soon as the user will see enter a word, definitely he or she will enter a word. Okay. str is equal to in.next. Okay, in.next. This is what? This is a function, in.next. This function is utilized to accept a single word. Okay, mind it, to accept a single word. Let's suppose if you would like to accept a complete line, then you are supposed to write in.next line. Okay, do add it over here, in.next line, where L should be capital, in.next line, where L should be capital. Okay, after that, int length. Okay, this is a variable lengths. Okay, the name of the variable I have utilized over here is length. Okay, why not length? Because since length is a keyword. Okay, dot length is a function, though length is not a keyword, still I have utilized lengths. Okay, so that no confusion arises over here. Okay, length is equal to str.length. See, this dot length is a function, therefore I have utilized over here lengths. You could utilize len. Okay, you could utilize len or leng, anything. You could utilize a, b, anything. Okay, after that I have utilized a for loop. Okay, I have utilized a for loop. As soon as, okay, let me make you understand. Let's suppose user gave the string as xavier. User gave the word as Xavier. Okay, so now you are supposed to find out the length of this word. The length of this word is how much? 6. Okay, the length of the word is 6. Over here you can check out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. The length of the word is 6. Okay, that means this for loop will start from 0 and it should end before 6. That means when it will end on 5. Okay, since the data type we have taken is int. Okay, since the data type we have taken is int a is equal to 0, a must be less than length. The value of length is how much? 6. This is, let's suppose this is an example word. We are taking on an account an example word, that is this Xavier. Let's suppose user gave the word as Xavier. So the number of individual characters present over here is 6. So length will become how much? 6. The value stored over here will be 6. Okay. So for int a is equal to 0, a must be less than 6, a plus plus. Ch is equal to str.char a. Okay, what is the use of str.char? This str.char is utilized to extract individual character, and a will give the position. Let's suppose the initial value of a is 0. That means what? Okay, over here I have written everything. See, index or position. The position of x is 0, the position of a is 1, the position of b is 2, and so on. The position of r is 5. Okay. So SOP ln ch, that means what? Individually, as soon as individual character would be extracted using this very particular position, and that will be stored inside ch, SOP ln ch, that means what? We will display the result and we will break the line. As you know, SOP ln is used for printing and thereon breaking the line. This ln, thereon breaking the line. Okay, the full syntax is system.out.println. On examination, you are supposed to utilize system.out.println. Okay. After that, this is the closure. Okay. Hope you have understood this. Okay, let's move on to the next program. Write a program to accept two numbers and display the HCF, which is also known as GCD and LCM. HCF means highest common factor, or GCD. GCD is greatest common divisor, same thing. Okay, and LCM, lowest common multiple. Okay. Now, if you know, the formula itself is LCM into HCF is equal to product of two number. Let's suppose the user gives two number, then the product of those two number will be equivalent to the product of LCM and HCF. It is a formula. Okay, mathematical formula. Now based on this mathematical formula, we will proceed. Import java.util. After that, public class sxcs. After that, public static void main string args. Scanner in is equal to new scanner system.in. After that, int num1 num2 prod LCM HCF. Okay. Over here, num1 and num2 would be responsible so as to store the two numbers which the user will give. Over here, system.out.println enter two number. As soon as the user will see enter two number, definitely he or she will enter two number, and using this in.nextInt, two of the number will get inside num1 and num2. Now what we will do is we will find the product of these two number. Okay, the product of these two number, that means prod is equal to num1 into num2. This asterisk is utilized to do product. Okay, to find out product. Okay. After that, over here we have utilized a trick, that is we will take numbers starting from 1 till product. Okay, we will take digits starting from 1 till the number product. Okay, let's suppose user gives a number that is 30, so we are supposed to start from 1 till 30. Why haven't we taken 0? Because as you know that on dividing any number by 0, the result comes to be infinity. Okay, it's a mathematical thing, infinity. That is why we are not supposed to take over here 0. So we are supposed to start from 1. Okay, so if num1 modulus a is equal to 0 and num2 modulus a is equal to 0, HCF becomes what? A. That means let's suppose 1. This 1 completely divides the number that is num1. Let's suppose a number is present inside num1 and that number is completely divisible by a, the value of a that is 1, and result comes to be 0, the remainder comes to be 0, as well as num2 on dividing by the value of a that is 1, the remainder comes to be 0, HCF will become that particular number. Now you will think that, sir, since 1 can divide any of the number, then definitely HCF will become 1. But no, it is not like that. Why? Because the loop over here, a is equal to 1, a must be less than equal to prod a plus plus. This loop will keep on continuing. That means on next term a plus plus, because of this a plus plus, this increment sign, a will become 2. Now again num1 will be divided by 2, and if let's suppose the remainder comes to be 0, and fortunately num2 will be divided by 2, and let's suppose the remainder comes to be 0, then the value of HCF will be modified. It will no longer be 1, instead it will become 2, and thereon it will keep trying so as to extract the largest possible value. So at last HCF will get the largest possible value stored. Thereon we will utilize this formula and we will find out the LCM. LCM is equal to prod divided by HCF. Okay. Okay. So system.out.println HCF, you can put any command line over here that the value of HCF is equal to, after that plus sign, HCF. Okay, system.out.println, the value of LCM is equal to LCM. Okay, so with this we come to the end of the video. Hope you have understood this. Definitely, if not, rewind the video and check out the video so as to understand properly. Thank you.